Did they show you how to make like lye soap and all the homemade quilts and everything like that?
They can.
Yeah.
We've had those kinds of demonstrations before. We don't have it every time because again, it's volunteer. So it's if they can get off on Fridays to come from their work
Right.
and give up that day of pay to come in and do the volunteer work, then they really want to have students and kids there to learn.
So really, you're working on this many months out of the year for just 1 month, or whenever.
For 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yes.
That is so wonderful. I mean, how long have you been with this organization, or how long have you started this?
I think this is my 16th year,
16 years.
I think.
Now, throughout those years, I'm sure that you've seen a lot of family come and people get involved in this, and just a positive thing for the community.
It has been very positive, and we have grown. The very first time that I was the president, the first year that we did it, we had 1 cannon, 3 horses, and about 10 infantry, and that was for both sides.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, we had a little over 400 last year.
Wow, that's
About
phenomenal.
20 cannons. So we make it go boom.
Now, where is usually the destination or the address? Where can people like come to see this?
It is off of exit 49 of I-75.
Okay.
And it's on Hazel Patch Road. So you can follow, there are brown signs, which because it's a state destination for historic preservation.
Okay.
Not only is the reenactment there, but I need to mention that there is also the original Camp Wildcat battlefield at the top of the mountain.
Oh.
It has walking trails, interpretive signs, and a gazebo that people can come and picnic, go for a walk, and it has some of the best trenches in the state that have been preserved.
Wonderful. You know, a lot of people need to get back to nature. They need to get back to just getting out and taking in a big, deep breath of air and relaxing for a little bit. You know, you got your jobs, you got all the high tech, you got kids with all the gizmos and the gadgets now. Get them back to nature.
If they want more information about that part of the destination, then they can contact the Camp Wildcat Preservation Society. They take care of the top of the mountain, and then we take care of the reenactment.
Wonderful. Okay, and what if somebody wanted to get involved? What if somebody said, hey, Juanita, how can I get involved in this? What do they need to do?
Well, they can contact me, and then if they know which side of the war they want to be on, then I can point them to different groups that are actually reenactment groups where they go to different places and they can show them how to dress and what they need.
Right.
My telephone number is 606-878-2563, or they can always email from our website, which is wildcatreenactment.com.
And it's so realistic. You know, I've heard stories of people that have been to the reenactments, and they said it's breathtaking. It's so realistic that you feel like you're there. I mean, just stepping back into history.
Good. We try. We are located in a 19-acre field, so we can't really hide everything. You're going to see the cars, and you're going to see the Porta-Johns.
Right.
But we do have a designated area that is the battlefield, and we try to put on a good historical show.
There is so much history in the Civil Time area, and even right here in Kentucky. Kentucky is full of history, and a lot of people, a lot of young people, don't know this history. They've not studied or not took the time to even think about it. But, you know, we're so rich in history in this area. Daniel Boone and everything like that.
Extremely. There is another area over in Barberville that was the skirmish, the very first skirmish in Kentucky. And then Mill Springs and Somerset, Perryville, those are all battlefields. And people died there. Our ancestors died there, and we need to honor that and remember it.
Right. How long have you been like involved in history or the Civil War area or something like that nature? A long time?
16 years.
16 years.
Actually, 1 year before that, I went to some reenactments, and my very first reenactment that I ever attended was at Camp Wildcat.
So history just really stuck with you, and you got a love for it, and you want to present it to other people.
I do. It's funny because I don't really like to read about it, and I actually got a D in school. But again, if I can see it and touch it and go think about it on the grounds, then it really makes an impact. And
Right.
I've learned so much by being involved in this.
And it, like I said before, you know, you can see them sitting there at the campfires, cooking out on the open fire. It just takes you back to the way it really was. I mean, they've not just made something up, you know, off the top of their shoulder. This is real. I mean, this is how people used to live and things like that.
We have reenactors that have studied for many years to perfect what we call a first person. So when they don that uniform, they become that person. And for the entire weekend, that's how they live.
That is amazing. I mean, they're true to their character, too. I mean, they just don't wear the costume and still talking like they normally would talk. They're true to it.
They are.
And you would think that you're standing there talking to an old Civil War soldier.
Very much so. An old Civil War soldier. The ladies do an excellent job maintaining their first person. And they pick either ancestors that they have or someone from the period that they want to reenact, and they become that person for the weekend.